Welcome to the International Friendship Center. Be sure to sign the attendance sheet. Reminder to spend a minimum of 2 hours between classes to review past lessons. Brief review of Lesson 1. Class participation. 1. Name the 3 most used or common verbs in the English language. 2. What are the simple past tense forms of each of the 3 most used or common English language verbs? Survival English Session or Level C1. This is Lesson 2. Contents of this lesson: pronunciation of the simple past tense verb endings, how to form the simple past tense of regular verbs, write about your vacation, share your favorite vacation with classmates. Question: can you name the sounds of the 3 regular past tense verb endings? This is a thought question for class discussion. Here is the answer to the previous slide. 1. Id. 2. T. 3. D. Listen to your instructor pronounce these regular past tense verb endings and repeat. Can you think of an example of a past tense word for each of these sounds? Pronunciation of ed or ed. The pronunciation of words ending in ed depends on the final consonant sound. There are 3 ways to pronounce ed, at the end of a word in English: id, t, d. Here are some examples of each of these. Looking at id: wanted, wanted, needed, needed. Those end in id. The voiced sound uses the vocal cords, and they produce a vibration or humming sound in the throat. You can touch your throat to feel it vibrating. Next is T. T. Helped, looked, sniffed, laughed, washed, watched, kissed, danced, fixed. These are called voiceless. Last is the D or D. Called, cleaned, offered, damaged, loved, used, amazed, rubbed, claimed. These are voiced. Words that end in a vowel sound use the D pronunciation for ed. For example, followed, enjoyed, played, tried, continued. Okay, so now let's do an exercise on the rules that were previously explained. Using the list of common verbs in English on the charts on the right, write the past tense and the sound each follows in the column to the right. The first is given to you. Follow the example. 1 is ID, 2 is T, 3 is D. Check your answers on the next screen after you have completed this exercise. Here are the answers to the previous exercise. That is, using the list of common verbs in English on the charts on the right, write the past tense and sound each follows in the column to the right. The first is given to you. Follow the example. 1 would be id, 2 would be t, 3 would be d. Listen as I pronounce these verbs in the past tense. Want, wanted. Look, looked. Talk, talked. Believe, believed. Play, played. Ask, asked. Change, changed. Happen, happened. Cancel, canceled. Accept, accepted. Clean, cleaned. Attend, attended. Complain, complained. Cough, coughed. Count, counted. Show, showed. Wait, waited. Arrive, arrived. Allow, allowed. Work, worked. Call, called. Stay, stayed. Explain, explained. Travel, traveled. Listen, listened. Include, included. Continue, continued. Use, used. Attempt, attempted. Follow, followed. Remember, remembered. Operate, operated. Afford, afforded. Agree, agreed. Snow, snowed. Suggest, suggested. Approve, approved. Represent, represented. In the following sentences is the ed ending in the highlighted word pronounced d, t, or id. 1. They thanked him for the tea. Place an X in the correct column for the past tense verb. 2. Your car is damaged. 3. We helped them clear the path. 4. I rented a small apartment. 5. John walked for miles. 6. She never wanted to hurt you. 7. The dog recovered. 8. The police hunted the killer. 9. It rained very hard last night. 10. I stopped listening 10 minutes ago. Here we have more practice on the 3 ed word endings. Write 3 sentences using each pronunciation for the ed ending for D, ID, and T. When you're finished, share your sentences with a class for each ending. Sentence examples are below. For example, visited. They visited last summer. Ended. The meeting ended early. Needed. She needed some help. Walked. She walked to the store. Watched. He watched the movie. Helped. They helped with the project. Lived. She lived in Paris. Called. He called me yesterday. Closed. They closed the store early. Now let's look at forming the simple past tense of regular verbs. The simple past tense is one of the most common tenses in English. Its form is the same with all subjects. It is usually formed by adding ed to the verb. This slide explains the rules for forming the tense with regular verbs. Forming the simple past tense. With most verbs, the simple past is created simply by adding ed. However, with some verbs, you need to add ied or change the ending a little. Here are the rules. Rule 1. Verb that ends in e. How to make the simple past. Add d. Examples. Lived. Dated. Rule 2. Consonant plus y. A verb that ends in a consonant plus y. How to make the simple past tense. Change the y to I, then add ed. For example, try is tried, tried. Cry is cried, cried. Rule 3. One vowel plus one consonant, but not W or Y. That is, verbs that end in one vowel plus one consonant, but not W or Y. How to make the simple past. Double the consonant, then add ed. An example, shred is shredded, shredded. Rule 4. Anything else. In other words, the verb ending in anything but rules 1, 2, and 3. Add ed. That's how you make the simple past, is by adding ed. An example, fill is filled. Using the explanation that was given on the previous slide, fill in the blanks with a past simple of a verb in brackets. The answers are given on the next slide. Here are the answers to the exercise on the previous slide. Check your answers. Your instructor will guide you in pronouncing these correctly. 1. Watched. 2. Finished. 3. Stopped. 4. Fixed. 5. Visited. 6. Washed. 7. Noticed. 8. Guided. 9. Confessed. 10. Offered. 11. Waited. 12. Divided. 13. Received. 14. Damaged. 15. Planned. 16. Carried. 17. Talked. 18. Danced. 19. Played. 20. Described. 21. Collected. 22. Cried. 23. Wrapped. 24. Admired. 25. Clapped. Exercise on the simple past endings. Assignment. Write a paragraph about what you did on your last vacation. Did you have fun? Where did you go? Were there any new experiences? Share your paragraph with classmates by reading it to them. Conversation starter. Talk to your partner, 2 or 3 in a group, about your vacation. Ask your partners questions about the vacation. Converse with each other in your group. Reminder, don't forget to use past tense verbs.